Do wall push-ups. So what does the serratus anterior do?
It's your scapula.
Okay. So you can have people lean up against the wall and do wall push-ups, and you're looking to see what the scapula does. So you would put your hands right over their scapula and see if you get scapular winging when you do the wall push-up. Okay. The formal manual muscle test is to have the person abduct to about 120 degrees. Okay, so go ahead, flex to 120 degrees. And then go ahead and protract. There you go. Now, what I am going to resist, I'm going to put my thumb along the lateral angle of the scapula and my index finger, I'm going to capture her inferior angle right in the web of my thumb. Okay, so I'm going to be here. And I am going to resist that protraction of the scapula and the flexion of the arm at the same time. Okay? So, now this one is tough. There's not really a testing full range beforehand, other than you're testing to see, make sure she can get into protraction. Is this protraction against gravity? No. Okay? And so there's another way you can do this test so that the protraction is against gravity. This is a good way to test people who are a little bit stronger, so like a 4 or a 5. Okay, so go ahead and have you in that position. Good. So, you ready? Are your feet done? I know your shoulders are not so strong, so that's why I picked you, so I have a chance. Okay, so go ahead and protract. There you go. Okay, do you see she wasn't protracted? She was here first, so I went ahead and made sure she was out. Okay, now hold it there. And relax. And I didn't feel any major scapular winging with my hand. Okay, but did you feel that I was resisting there as well? So the other way, if you're suspecting that they're very weak, you're either going to do the wall push-up or go ahead and lie down on your back. And what I'd like you to do is put your hand up. There you go. And now like you're going to punch the ceiling. Now I'm going to put my hand here so I feel for scapular winging. And now I'm just going to push straight down in your fist. So hold it there. Okay. Now I'm getting wrist extension when I'm pushing through her hand, so I'm going to grab here instead. Protracted, ready? That's a little harder for you. And relax. Okay. Sarah has some loose joints. So when I was pressing through her hand, which is how we would normally do it, I was getting some excessive wrist motion, so I felt like I wasn't getting a very good test of her serratus. So then I grabbed her wrist. Well, then her elbow was hyperextending, and so that didn't feel so great either. So for her, I really would have needed to come proximally, but now I have no leverage at all. So for her, I would have needed to test her in sitting. Okay, so sitting is not great if you're worried about someone who's hovering right around that 3 land, because it's not really against gravity. The advantage to doing it in sitting is that you can really apply a lot more resistance, and that scapula is a little bit freer to move, so it gives you a little more sensitivity for that upper range. If you think someone has a lot of winging, so when you're looking at their posture and you see their scapula coming off their rib cage just at rest, you're probably going to want to test them in supine. Okay? So let's go ahead and have you do that test. And then we're going to move on to some tests in supine.